All right, everybody, so welcome back to LowKick MMA. I'm Jordan Wright, and today we're joined by Caolan the Don Loughran. He's setting up for his second straight win, hopefully, at UFC 304 in Manchester. So you're coming off the back of your first win at Atlantic City. How you feeling, man?
Really good, lad. Aye, that was that. Fuck, that wins long forgot about now, lad. To be honest, at the time it was just like relief and happy. But more after, especially after we could take my first professional loss. When you win, it wasn't like, oh, I'm the fucking man. You just honestly just thinking, thank God, thank fuck, and then and move forward. But that's kind of very once you get a new fight signed and you look for up in the division, that very quickly moves on to back to business, isn't it? But feeling really, really good and really well prepared for this one, you know.
Did you get much chance to do any celebrating out there in New Jersey?
I well, truth be told, Atlantic City is a shithole. There's no
Oh, really?
or a bit of a shithole. Not much goes on. So we had planned to spend the next day in AC, but very quickly realized it's not the best place in the world. So the next day we all went to up or went to got left straight to New York. That was the plan anyway, but we're gonna go on the Monday. So me, my brother and sister and my woman, a couple of people all went up there and went to Woodlawn, was like the Irish part of New York on a deadly day. So it was a class experience. Last day in America, I think to the Wednesday or something. And just with like friends and family, so and all that, it was really, really nice. Got to take it in, you know, and that's the best thing about fighting, bringing people on them trips and the experiences that come with it, like traveling the world and fighting the UFC. It's unbelievable, lad, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. You've obviously got your younger brother Tiernan, who's
Uh
just made his professional debut this year. So
yes.
what's that like? So he's on the same path as you, but just a little bit behind you. So
Yes.
do you feel a big responsibility to sort of show him the way, so to speak?
Oh fuck no, I never think about it, lad, to be honest.
Nah,
He fought maybe 3 or 4 weeks after me, and then this time again I'm fighting July 27th. I think he's August 25th or something like that in Amsterdam for a second professional fight. But no, you know, we're the captain of our own fate, as I say it. We're writing our own story. He's doing his thing and I'm doing mine. But it would be a dream come true and something I've 100% expect to happen, that we'll share a bill in the UFC in a few years' time. That would be class. Cool for like my family and friends and everyone to come. That would be really, really, really cool. And I genuinely do think that's gonna happen. Like so no, he's flying, lad, and deadly to see, deadly to be on the journey with him, you know?
yep. So obviously you're talking about like being able to sort of take your family along with you on these cool experiences. Like fighting in New
Uh,
York's pretty cool considering coming from a sort of smaller island yourself. But
yeah.
you're talking, I think it was back in March, we're talking about how Conor McGregor sort of inspired you because you were in the same spot. You were in building sites, sort of trying to graft
Well,
your way into a better future. Now, of course, it's you, Kiefer, Shauna. You are the ones sort of representing Ireland, so to speak. Does it feel weird, like sort of having came for that spot all the way to being the representation of your country on, the biggest card you're going to get in the UK this year?
dreams come true, lads, with hard work. That's literally how I see it. Yes, McGregor inspired me, and you say he was working on building sites. I get this. So I used to work for an engineering company that does ground support equipment in like uh, airports. So
Right.
what they do is like all the stuff like the stairs up to airplanes, stuff like this here, and every single time, and I be home a right bit, or I because Liverpool to Belfast for 30-minute flight, cheap. I go home at the weekends occasionally, or if I go anywhere. Every airport here, that crowd I used to work for, their logos all over the airport or on up the plane. So every single time I board a plane, nearly, I get reminded of that there that of when I was working a job and what I was dreaming of, and it was literally for this. It was to travel the world and fight and make loads of money fighting. So it's like dreams come true, and I don't get too caught up in like that because I feel like if I'm at a job to do fighting the best man in the world, if I start here thinking, Jesus, I've made it after one win, you know what I mean? I'll end up end up in some cunt's highlight reel in the UFC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So try not to get too caught up in that. But lad, dreams literally come true if you surround yourself with the right people and you take take risks. And these things literally happen. I can't tell stress people more than that. Like these things literally happen. It's cool. Like
I was sort of thinking, so Cage Warriors, you sort of ran through there, so to speak.
yeah.
Making the jump over to the UFC, is the sort of skill difference as big as people make out? So I always think like Cage Warriors champions that move over are probably going
Mm,
to do pretty well. How have
yeah.
you felt the big difference between sort of Cage Warriors and the UFC?
It's purely like on matchmaking. Like it really depends. Like I was meant to fight Jans Gamore in my debut, who pulled out in the Tuesday, who just fought Peyton Talbot and just got knocked out in 19 seconds. Like if I went from Cage Wars to that guy, it was no jump at all. Cage Wars, even the guy just beat Angel Pacheco, really not a jump at all. Just circumstance how it worked out that I fought Lapilus, who just fucking pinged the head off Coach Stamen, who was a
Yeah.
top 15 guy for a long time. Like just how that happened. Then turned out that I did have a big jump. Um, it wasn't planned, but I did have a big jump. Some guys like Reese there, he fought Hamza in his fucking debut. Like some guys
Yeah,
have it
it's some
have it
guys get
tough,
it
but
really rough. Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's the some guys get it bad, but generally speaking, the top of Cage Wars contender series to the bottom of the guy signed UFC isn't that much of a jump. I wouldn't think. No.
So we'll get on a bit more to your actual fight. Ramon Taveras,
Yeah.
what do you
Raymond.
make of him?
Uh, do you know what it is, lad? He is good. Like he's dangerous. He's got a big backhand. I just don't think he's good enough anywhere. That's me being brutally honest. He's a very cocky guy, really arrogant, brutally cringy, like unbelievably cringy. Like the way his Instagram name is at Catch D's Hands. So it's like, is this guy for real?
You're not going to feel
He
too
put
bad
up
about
a
punching this guy, are you?
oh Jesus Christ! He put up a Instagram saying about how soft I am. It's like you don't even know who you're talking to. How soft I am, and but he's got that dog in him, and they put up a CT scan of a dog inside of a chest. I was like, wow,
That old dog. Yeah.
this guy's like on. He was, I don't know, he's actually serious though. He's like on another level. Unbelievable, unbelievable. As a fighter, he's not that good. To be brutally honest, is he better than Angel Pacheco? Probably. Is he good as Taylor Lapilus? Not even remotely close to him in terms of skill. What he is dangerous. He's got a backhand. When he hits men, they stay hit. But I'm just not going to get hit with his left hand. Simple as that. I'm going to take his game away from him. And I'm going to kick the absolute fucking shit out of him everywhere. That's the way I see it. And
I
I'm really
think
looking
that's the
forward
most
to it too.
Irish game plan I've heard in all the times I've been doing interviews. It's just going to kick the absolute shite out of him.
It's good. It's a good way to go about it.
I mean, when you look at the sort of stats, the one thing he's got going for him, he's never been taken down. You
Really,
and
eh?
yeah, 100% takedown defense so far in the UFC. You managed to land 140 strikes in your last fight. Is that sort of should everybody
Aye.
be sort of circling this for fight of the night, or do you reckon you're going to get it done a lot easier than that?
I certainly don't want to fight tonight. No way. I want to fucking dust him in a
Performance.
round or two. Then I want to fight. And then I want to fight Rosas 7 weeks later. So if it's fight of the night, I'll probably be very sore and bound up. So I probably won't get to fight
Nice
Rosas in the
early one
Sphere.
then.
Yeah, so I want in and out, lad. Fucking in, grab the cash and dash. Isn't that what they say? Absolutely smoke them and then fight 7 weeks later. And my plan is to talk to Dana and Hunter. Well, hopefully their kids said I haven't met Dana yet. Really looking forward to that one. So if I'll of course not overlooking Ramon Taveras. He's too good for that. Anyone in the UFC is too good for that. But my plan is to completely annihilate him and then tell Dana I'll sign the contract that night to fight Rosa 7 weeks later, back to back. So my plan is I know.
Is that what you're wanting out into the 306 at the Sphere?
100% back to back. The only way to make it in this game is to get in a fucking fight, let people see you all the time. Look at Alex Bahia. He's absolutely killing it. He's any time you call him in 2 weeks, he's there and he's putting men out. Like just the Ava Prime McGregor. It was like 18 months he fought how many times? The only way to do it. So I signed the UFC to fight. I'm here to fucking shake up the division. So 100% I expect to beat Ramon. And even if it is a tough fight, I'll still fight Roasted 7 weeks later. Absolutely 100%. I don't need to be going out on holidays and partying and drinking. I'm young, healthy, fit. I'm training hard. No injuries at the minute. Get in and fucking fight. That's what I want to do. So yeah, I'm 100%. This is 100% part of a 2-part plan in my eyes. But of course not overlooking him. I think he's probably a harder fight than Rosas, to be honest. But that's what I'm
Uh,
thinking, lad. Anyway, aye.
I mean, Rosas, though, I'm guessing you're circling that one as a really good name to sort of get yourself in
Exactly.
front of people.
And on the Sphere, just Dana White says the Sphere's a one and
It's going
done. He's fighting on that, and he needs an opponent, as far as I know. So who else? Let's go.
I yeah, I was out at UFC 300, and just the things they'd
Where you
managed
at,
to.
eh?
Yeah, yeah, I managed to. I
Fucking
got
hell.
lucky last year, so I managed to get out to UFC 290 and UFC 300 out in Vegas. And I've
Who was
decided
290,
that
sorry?
290 was Volkanovski and
Fucking hell.
Rodriguez. It was the Mexican
Fucking
card.
hell.
Um,
Lethal.
but I don't think I'll ever travel for anywhere else for a fight other than Vegas. Have you managed to get yourself out there yet?
No, lad,
It's
I've
the
been wanting to
place,
hold
man.
off. I want to hold off until I have a fight, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the Sphere. From what I'm hearing from every source, it's going to be the craziest thing anybody's ever seen.
Yeah.
Um,
I think he's already spent like 17 million, Dana was saying. Mental.
that's an absolutely insane amount, man. I can't even
Uh,
fathom it. But so
yeah.
you've been at Team Caolan now for 7 years. I was going
Yeah.
to wonder, like, from the very first time you decided to go over, at 21, I think you were. But what was
It's 5.5 years. So
five
it
and a
is.
half? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So what was that like, that first couple of weeks of deciding that's where you were training? Because I know it can be weird changing gyms at times, especially if you're already a good fighter.
Yeah.
Sometimes the guys are a bit reluctant to sort of bring you into the fold. What was it like trying to integrate into a new gym?
Very eye-opening, if that's being honest. I went over as a cocky 21-year-old thinking I was lethal. Very quickly found out that I wasn't. uh Fell in love with it immediately, lad. The regiment, the structure, the unbelievable intensity of sessions I had never seen before in my life. I'd traveled everywhere. I'd traveled America, even as a at 21. I'd been in America and trained on a summer. I'd trained all over the UK and Ireland, and I'd never seen anything close to like the technique, the different styles. At that time, there was Darren Till was the main man. He was about to fight like Masvidal. No, he was the bigger guy in the gym. Mike Grundy was in the UFC. Tom Austin was about to in the UFC. There was like which when you think of them three guys, who all came from amateur right through to where their position they are now. Very different styles.
Yep.
So it's like the knowledge and the technique in this mat is actually fucking insane. The professionalism of the fighters and how they're like the lives living the grind of how they're putting themselves through. It was very eye opening. This camp now, I'm the top. I'm the guy in the UFC. I've took guys in, and they've been like I paid for guys to come. I paid their flights, their food, and all this here to come over to train me for my camp. They got their eyes opened of the intensity at which we train, and it took them a while to get accustomed to it. They couldn't believe it, and they really, really, really enjoyed it. They're actually quite. They said, "Well, thanks for showing me this." Really, it's a different level of training, lad, and I'm addicted to it really because I, again, was over training with Cejudo and Fight Ready, which is an amazing gym, one of the top gyms for small guys in the world. But it's like in terms of fight preparation, I wouldn't. I don't think I could go to the cage now without the level of what Colin Hearn puts you through over here. It's fucking nuts. It's not wise. Like, it's no two ways about
Yeah.
it. Like, it is fucking insane. But it's deadly, lad. I know we've come together with four corners, and it's the boxing and K1 gym with John Gillies. And like, even tonight there, I done 7 5s boxing this morning, just boxing sparring with a kid, Alfie Ponting, who's a WBC Muay Thai world champion. He came in from a gym down in Liverpool, really hard. Set like us. He's a very, very good striker, WBC Muay Thai world champion at the moment. Sparred him. Then tonight, Colin took me for a neck attacks jiu-jitsu class. Me and Jack Grundy. He's probably the top prospect in the whole of the UK. I was drilling with him. And then after, me and fucking Michael Conlon were doing S&C beside each other, the boxer from Belfast. Like, he's
Yeah,
in
yeah.
at the minute, just training over here with boxing. Like, it's ridiculous setup, like absolutely insane. So no, life's good, lad, and I'm very grateful to be surrounded with the people I'm surrounded with. So I couldn't thank the men enough. Like I tell you this, lad, tomorrow morning John Gillies is getting married. And he says, I completely forgot. I've had me like a sieve. He goes, we'll go early in the morning. Don, I was like, I don't know what time do you want to go? Because we'll go at 8. I was like, oh, no fucking problem. He texts me that night. He goes, you coming to the wedding? I completely forgot. The fucker's getting married at 11 o'clock and he's taking me for pads at 8. I was like, lad, why did you not say? I forgot. They're too good. So now couldn't thank them enough. Changed my life, you know.
And as you were saying, like you're the top guy now. You're the guy that people are coming into the gym because they want to train alongside. What's it like now having sort of the younger guys coming in? And do you ever get guys like try to test themselves against you just as they come in the door? Because I know with a lot of the sparring sessions round about here, after a few classes, you can sort of get into the sparring sessions with the pros and stuff like that. Do you ever get guys for? Because the Scousers, what's the word? They're a sort of, they'll have a go.
They're not wise. I like the Scousers. Yeah, 100%, lad. But that's why Colin wants it. Like he wants these lads pushing you into. That's why I got the likes of Georgie over to push me. You know what I mean? That's how you need it. That's how you absolutely need it. And I was the same whenever I was testing myself against the UFC guys when I was in the come up, and even I say when I went over to Fight Ready. And I'll not give a name. So I'd spar a UFC guy, and I'd be like, "Fuck, I'd be so up for my head, and I'd be like, "Fuck, I done real well there. I done lethal, done a round off. I took a round with them, then I go to spar with a young guy, maybe 2-0, 3-0 prospect, but I don't know. I don't actually give a fuck because I'm thinking I'm dead because I just beat the UFC guy, and it's the young upcoming who wants to get me, who knows me, who would give me the harder round. Do you know what I mean? That I noticed that a lot in America, which is not what I anticipated. But I definitely got people, if you're the UFC, get people test you, and as it should be, you know what I mean? Even when I go up there, like, I was a match top team a couple weeks ago, spar, there's like their whole match coming to watch because I'm the guy at the weight in the UFC from around this part. So it's deadly, that, but I like having that target on my back. It keeps you sharp, you know?
Nice one, mate. So I've got final 3 questions for you, and I ask every fighter this. First one, who's your favourite fighter of all time?
MMA would be Volkanovski. My favorite fighter of all time is Gennady Golovkin. I don't know if you can see him up here. I got a poster of him here.
Yeah.
Triple G. He'd be my favorite fighter, but Volkanovski would be my favorite MMA fighter, probably.
Second one, what's your favourite fight of all time? This can be a watch or fight you've been in.
I would say watching live was, before it happened, would have been McGregor Khabib. I remember that live thinking, I don't know what the fuck is going to happen here. Like, this is absolutely insane. Probably that or McGregor and Mendes, because I thought he was in bother that night, to be honest. Thought going into Mendes was a very hard fight for him, for anyone. And watching live, just because at that time I was more like a kid coming up and a fan, really. For the Mendes one, the Khabib one, I was a fan of both, just as like a martial artist and a fighter. But probably one of them two.
And last one, who's the greatest of all time?
Demetrius, probably. I'd say
Yes.
Demetrius is the most well-rounded. Again, Khabib's up there, maybe the most dominant, but like Demetrius had it all, could do everything. He's a fucking
Did you ever watch the
fighter.
Rodtang fight?
I did. I actually thought that's exactly how it was going to go. He would get battered, and then he would submit him in the second round. I thought that was good, but I wanted to put that on for everybody.
I seen that, and then I seen like maybe 2 months ago him submitting some 240-pound jiu-jitsu fucking guy on steroids.
Oh,
this guy's just doing side quests at this point, man. Like, anyway,
yeah,
thanks
he's
for your
just
time,
like,
Caolan.
oh, no problem. Oh, he's an absolute weapon everywhere. Absolute weapon.
Really is. So Caolan Loughran taking on Ramon Taveras. That is on Sunday 28th at the Co-op Arena in Manchester, UFC 304. Cheers,
Thank you
mate.
very much, lad. Bam!